Well, we got a killer goat, so having issues with it attacking other kids, so I'm gonna have to. That one they kidnapped, was trying to kidnap that one, actually ended up killing it after she had her baby. So she's so protected that she just kills, she rams anything or pins it down. So I tried to actually enclose her. She had a baby that wasn't nursing, so wasn't doing so well. I got it back up to par, gave it some vitamins. I locked her in with some hog panel. It's a mistake, and one of the babies, that same baby, that kid that she tried to kidnap, actually got in there because that's where they were sleeping at night under the heat lamp. Well, she actually pinned her in that enclosure, and I went out in the morning, like 1, 2 in the morning, and it was dead. So now at night we got to close her in. I got to move shelters around, or figure something out. But right now I'm feeding them, and then I'm gonna let her out, and then I'm gonna do an emergency, a quick a wall slash door, a gate, so that when I'm at work, my wife can actually close her in, rather than grabbing a huge heavy piece of plywood and laying it across and pinning the board in between the two shelters like we did the last 2 days. So I got to make it easy for everyone to use if we need to get a goat segregated for whatever reason. Anyways, we lost a goat. We had one sick. Just couldn't find her teat. They're real big udders. I milked her, or put her on a stanchion and actually milked a bunch out of her. And I fed the goat that. Now he looks to be doing well. I got to check him still this morning. Last night when I came home, he was doing really well. So up and alert. We'll check him again. All right, guys. So basically, I grabbed this pallet. Got Bermuda hay stuck in it still. I'm gonna take some of these 3-inch screws, drive it through here. Might wedge something in here and screw through it, but we'll see. We'll see what happens here. I'll hit that bottom one. I'm gonna take this back out and actually dig this down, so we can get it down to the ground and have it, it don't need to be too high. See all the babies running around playing. Exercising. This one right here is the one that looked like it was dead. You can't even tell now which one it was because I wiped his face off, but because I had a ton of dry milk on him. It's probably gonna be him, but yeah, he was almost dead. He was limp. Gave him a couple syringes full of B12 and Power Punch mix. We kind of force fed him. He was swallowing, so we just squeezed a little milk in his mouth and let him swallow it. And then when he finally kicked in, we laid him out in the driveway in the sun for a little while. And then I put him under here, monitored him, checked him every hour. And then I brought him outside and grabbed her by the horn with one hand, and he was up, and put her teat right in his mouth, and he drank quite a bit, and was enough to get him up and going. He had a rough night, and now he seems to be good then the following night. So I mean, his mouth and everything was cold to the touch, but he seemed to be fine. I milked her down quite a bit. We got probably a couple quarts out of her altogether, because she was so swollen. She was milking just fine. It's just the babies had a hard time dropping that low to get her. You see how low it is still, but it was way lower than that. I mean, she was milking pretty well. She handled pretty well too. I put her on that little goat stand to milk her. She tried to kick a couple times, not too bad. She's the only one I'd probably be able to do this to. She probably needed the relief though as well. He looks to be doing really well, but she did that goat, the black and white goat, little doeling. It was laying right underneath, about halfway in the lamp, and the other goat was laying next to it, and it was dead. It's laying flat. I noticed there was no chest rises, so I came in here and got her out of there. But I had basically a hog panel right across this, and it's basically this stuff right here. I mean, this is cattle panel, but same deal. And they can fit right through that. Well, I mean, all she has to do is pin that thing into a corner and put weight on it, and it's gonna die. So that's probably what happened. Other than that, it's pretty, healthy. The rest of the goats are doing well. She's just an aggressive, protected. She guards big time. She's the most hand-friendly goat we have. But she don't want you messing with her baby. She won't necessarily come after you if you touch her baby, but she'll investigate for sure. She don't like anybody near them, so she's aggressive. And you can see that one's milking. Didn't get it, but it was just milking. Pretty sure it's number 90 that had issues. But yeah, he'll be all right, I think. All right, I got this screwed in. Let's put some 3-inch screws right here. This is a piece of the cutoff that I used from the excess of this. It's nothing crazy. It's pretty strong. Probably stronger than this entire shelter. And then I dug down that bottom, and so got a screw down there I'm gonna have to knock out. That was there before. Little gaps in here and there, but it'll hold. Little gaps on the side, it's fine. Now for this, I had these long screws. I've had this gate forever. 4-foot gate, and then it's got had a little gap, so I actually put the other half of, well, I had another piece cut in half, sort of, and had to put it on both sides because this bolt will stick through maybe a little bit, and I didn't want it sticking all the way through, so we'll do a pilot hole. Hopefully it's probably not gonna be big enough, but it's all I got. I can't find my other bit. And we'll hang this gate. Probably gonna place the bottom one first. It's probably a cheaply welded, probably break, I'm sure, breaking point. These county line panels aren't the greatest, so I'll mark it and I'll drill where that's going. All right, so I'm using this big old drill bit. I think it's like a 5/8 or something. That little drill bit I had is just too skinny. Set it in there. I use the box end of a wrench to tighten it. You can pull it either way. And then I set it on the bottom, then I hold it level, and I just drew a line where I want. I'll tighten that down after where I want that. So basically that's the screw. Kind of like the width. Drew my straight lines with a square, and then I marked the middle, kind of measured the distance from the center of that one. And then that's where I'll drill. There you have it. Drew it all the way till it bottomed out. It's not long enough to go all the way through, but it's fine. Kind of off the mark just a tad, but it'll work. And then what I do is I just kind of get it started with my hand. This board's twisted, so it doesn't, normally it would just kind of show the same amount of threads. I do 2, but I'll hold it up there when it's done. And then I use this box end wrench. Now when you're close to the bottom, it might not be as easy if you, what all you gotta do is get it kind of like this. And then kind of use it like almost like a ratchet. check that. Little checker. And then in my case, it's a 14 millimeter. What I'm gonna do is I just undid this. I'll pull, slide it on, and then I'll push this into it. And it swings open with ease. Pretty easy with one hand. I mean, with two hands. But put that through. That. Start it. That. Grab our compact. Well, in an unsurprising turn of events, I lost the socket that was on my compact. Great. So I'll go try to find another one. Maybe I brought it in the shop for whatever reason. All right, got a ratchet. Need to get me a metal detector. Just walk around, bunch of passes, and see if I can find any of the tools that I recently lost. I'll probably find it in the house or something. Probably set it down somewhere. All right, so what I was gonna do was use this and just wire it on to this gate. But the more I think about it, she can still ram this, and I don't really want to ram it into it when something walks by it. So I think what I'm going to do is use a piece of this plywood right here. I'll cut it. Should be it's a 4-foot gate. I'll make it a little less. Yeah, a little less. I'll do a 43 inches, I guess. And that'll, I don't need to put it all the way up, but I can put it up. So yeah, I'll have to cut it at 43. And I'll just put it up at the same height as this, to this one right here. .43 by, let's see, let's do this, 32, 43 by 32. Put up goat turds for the compost and whatever else is in it, like hay. Well, whatever I did, or I don't know, maybe nature did it, but I milked her down a bunch, and now they're both nursing. That's good. He was almost dead. You can see, I'll show you a better view of the little shed I built after I dropped this compost. Yep, here it is. Not the strong enough for a goat. It's not up to code. But one pallet. Little tiny space. Side double space just because I don't want that lag bolt sticking through. Gate closes. Put this plywood just for I wired it on. good, but she took her other baby out, I guess. That's vitamins I gave him. It's the color on his mouth.